Hey guys, Ashley here, also as Ashley fan, back today with another Karate Kid review, and we'll be talking about Karate Kid 1984, just regiving my thoughts on the movie because I thought my first review was very short. So I love Karate Kid 1984. I watch it all the time. It's an obsession. I really do love this movie. I think it's a masterpiece. I know a lot of people said it's this one YouTuber I listened to, he said that he don't think it's a masterpiece as a lot of people try to say it is compared to other movies, which is not bad. I mean, there are a lot of movies that I do consider masterpieces that maybe other people don't consider it, and that's fine. Me personally, I feel like this is a masterpiece film. I feel like it's a great underdog story to me, and I feel like it's done in a way that is just so masterful, in my opinion. You can follow the movie, you can follow with the characters, fall in love with the dynamics that the characters have. You people can relate to Daniel's situation with being a fish out of water aspect and being bullied for absolutely no reason, in my opinion. Which not even an opinion, it's a whole fact, honestly. But I think what I want to do with this movie, like I did with my Karate Kid 3 rant, is talk about some of the things I didn't get a chance to break down. And the first thing I want to talk about is the direction and the directing and the cinematography and all of that, which absolutely is fantastic in this film. This movie is just a very easy to follow film. It has a lot of atmosphere. It has a lot of color, and it makes you feel something. Unlike the third film, it actually makes you feel something. The cinematography shots are awesome. I absolutely love the writing for this film. The script is absolutely perfect. It's a decent, it's a perfect screenwrite. It's easy. It's a story that is so easy to follow that you couldn't put on Karate Kid and tell me you can't follow it. It is such an easy movie to follow. It's an easy underdog story to follow that you're going to easily fall in love with and completely understand Daniel as a character about why he doesn't like the fact that they had to move because of what the situation happened. So yeah, I absolutely love that. I also love the score in this film. I love the songs. I love the score. I absolutely loved it. You can put the score on as in like a meditation and probably make you fall asleep. I do have it on the score sometimes just to like help me think and like just go through my day because like it's just so calm and so spiritually connected that I absolutely loved it. I think that's what I just love about the karate in this film, honestly, with Daniel and Miss Miyagi, is that the things that Miss Miyagi teach Daniel, which I'm going to get into the characters in a minute, is just so spiritually connected. I honestly love the things that he does teach Daniel. There's a lot of iconic scenes in this film. A lot of the scenes really with him and Miyagi are like easily some of the best scenes in the film to me, in my opinion. I like the golf and stuff scene with him and Allie a lot. I think that's a scene to me that sticks out all the time when I watch it. I like the tournament scene. I'll just talk about it right here, the tournament. I think the reason why I was so hard on the tournament when I watched it for the first time was because it was in a montage, so everything just seemed to be happening so fast, which wasn't a bad idea because the tournament happened in like the last half of the movie. So I completely understand though putting it in a montage. I just feel like I was just so confused on what was going on. And there were just a lot of times where people were just winning after like only one strike. So I'm thinking like maybe it was different back then. But I take it back. The tournament scenes were actually really good. It was a good shot of the montage with the songs and everything. So I have nothing against it. The final scene with him and Johnny, the back and forth was really good. When he beat Johnny with the crane kick, very iconic. And Johnny like showing some sportsmanship was actually really good. It's crazy going back and thinking like he actually did that because I didn't expect that for someone who tried to kill him off, throwing him off a cliff. Which we're about to get into the characters. Daniel. I absolutely love Daniel. He's just such a character you can easily relate to. A lot of people say that he was a jerk in this movie for how he went up on his mom about the movie down here. It's like, first of all, for his mom to not even know that he was being bullied, it's like anyone with half a brain would have known there was something going on, that he did not get that black guy from falling off his bike. And like, how is Mr. Miyagi able to catch on to it, but his mother wasn't? I'm thinking like, his mom is so delusional. I would have caught on to that if my son would have came home with a black eye. How you get a black eye falling off your bike, but your hands and everything else just seem fine? If you have ever fallen off your bike, you do know that when you fall off your bike, everything is an impact from your body. Everything. It's like a nerve hitting. Everything is an impact when you fall off your bike. So when his mom believed that, I honestly thought, wow, she's really delusional. Because no way would I have believed that if my son or daughter told me they fell off their bike. No, you were in a fight and that's how you got the black eye. I would have easily caught on to that. But his mom didn't catch on to it. She catched on to it later on when he came back home and she realized that something was going on. Sorry, there's a moth in here. When something was going on, I definitely understand why Daniel was frustrated. They moved all the way down here and he's getting bullied. He expected to make friends. He is having a thing for this girl and this guy wants to beat his ass every day over a girl that he's not even with. That they broke up. That he's not even with. It's absolutely ridiculous that Daniel was getting bullied over the fact that Johnny was jealous about him being with Allie. It's ridiculous. It's like, dude, let it go. She doesn't want you. But she wants me. You need to let it go. So when people say he was a jerk, I don't know. And the stuff with him and Allie, you know what? Let's talk about it now. I feel like in the movie that she was playing a little bit of mind games. Like when I go back and rewatch it now, than when I first watched it, I feel like she was playing a little bit of mind games. Like she stood him up outside that country club. She knew she had to meet him, and like she stayed in there when her mom said you owe Johnny a dance. She still stayed in there and danced with Johnny. She could have easily told him, hey, I gotta go meet Daniel. I can't dance with you. Like, she was playing mind games sometimes. Like, why would you take him to golf and stuff where you and your boyfriend, you and your ex-boyfriend had y'all date? She knew that Johnny would show up there. Like, I don't know. The way Allie moved sometimes, it was just kind of like mind games, really. And like when they questioned her about did she go out with him because to make Johnny jealous, it's like I kind of questioned that too a little bit when I watched it. Like, did she find interest in him because she wanted to make Johnny jealous, or was it because she was actually interested? Like, that's a good question to ask, because I honestly feel like sorry, this goddamn moth was distracting me. But I definitely feel like it was just to make Johnny, that on some extent, I feel like she wanted to make Johnny jealous. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. For people who do ship Allie and Daniel, I already said this, so I'll say it now, is that I feel like, and the dude I watched today who reviewed this movie, I feel like what their relationship needed was a little bit more screen time. I feel like the lack of screen time made me see it as like it was just cute. It was cute, charming, but I needed to see more of it. But him and Elizabeth Shue, they had great chemistry. I take nothing away from it. They made the most of their scenes together. They made the most of it. Allie was a very basic girl that Daniel fell in love with, and that was nice to see too. You know, like young love. I think you don't see enough of that really in TV shows or teen movies anymore. Like young love where there's just no sex. You know, not every relationship when you're young involves sex. I feel like everything now is about sex now. It's nice to see two people just being with each other and enjoying each other's time, holding hands and kissing. It's like not everything has to be about sex, like how it is now. But I do feel like on some extent Allie was like with him to make Johnny jealous, and I feel like on some extent she was playing a little bit of mind games a little bit. Like when Daniel was getting mad at act hot and cold, it's like he had every reason because you're acting weird. When you act weird, you making me feel like this, like what are we doing? And when she called him a friend, I'm thinking like, whoa, a friend? Do you take your friends to golf and stuff and take pictures with them in photo booths and hold their hands? Do you hold your friend's hand? Like, it was just weird. Like, it was just weird. Like her two friends who come out in their fucking business, I was so tired of them. I don't think they even had names in the movie, but they were annoying. But, yeah. I absolutely love Daniel in this movie. It's something, I'm sorry, can't nobody tell me anything. I love Daniel. I think he was easy to root for. He was the underdog. He was likable. Ralph Macchio was charming and very charismatic in this role. And it was a very good thing that he got the part because I don't think anyone else could have played this part like how he did. Um, Pat Machio as Pat Machio, Pat Morita as Miss Miyagi was absolutely a great casting choice. I love him as Miss Miyagi. He's so wise. He's so charismatic. He teaches Daniel so much, and their dynamic is absolutely perfect. The chemistry was perfect. The wax on and wax off, and up, down, up, down. The fly scene, the scene where he tells Daniel about how he lost his wife and kids, how he lost his wife and his child. Just everything with him and Miyagi, it was absolutely great. I absolutely did love it. I really did. I would have loved to see more from Johnny. Since we're gonna get straight to Johnny, I like Daniel's mom. You don't see much of her in the film, but when you do see her, she's very charming. Johnny, I would have loved to see more of Johnny in this film. I don't appreciate how in Cobra Kai they're trying to make it seem like Daniel was just this big bully in 1984, because you have to be that delusional to honestly believe Johnny's side. When if you watch the movie, that beach scene, you cannot be that delusional to not see what actually happened. Daniel did not know that Johnny existed until that night that he came on the beach. It was Johnny's friend who made Johnny act all riled up about seeing Allie with another guy. He came down there and broke her radio on purpose, and Daniel was just being a gentleman and trying to give it back, and he sucker punched him. So I mean, like, yeah, Daniel definitely had every right to defend himself. Even if he did get his ass kicked, I still going to defend myself. You're not going to beat me up for being chivalrous and being a gentleman. Like, that's delusional. You have to be clearly delusional to actually believe that Daniel is the bully. I think that's absurd, and that's how they write it. That's how they wrote it in the first season of Cobra Kai. And I'm thinking, like, wait, what? Daniel is the bully? After Johnny bullied him endlessly, after he tried to throw him off a cliff and kill him, yeah, Daniel's the bully, alright. That's absurd. That's really absurd. I could understand them taking things in Johnny's perspective in the first season, but you don't have to lie about what happened for us to know that it's from his perspective. I think that's absurd. I think it's ridiculous, especially in the first season, how he lies all the time to Miguel. I think that's really ridiculous. But I do like Johnny. The moments that you do see him in the film, he does make the most of what he's given. William Zaka, I think that's his name. He does make the most of it. I like Kreese in this movie too. He makes the most of what he's given. A lot of the actors and actresses are good at what they're given. Like Elizabeth Shue, I think she's okay with what she's given. She's not bad. She was running as a very basic girl. She was running as what she's supposed to be, very basic. Daniel's first love, yada yada. I just really do love this film. I think the script, the directing, and everything about it was just a masterpiece to me. I'm trying to think, am I forgetting anything? I talked about the characters, I talked about the score, I talked about the music, I talked about the tournament, talked about Daniel and Allie. I think that's everything. I'm trying to think if I'm forgetting anything. I don't really have a lot to say about the 1984 movie because I think it's just such a perfect film. I absolutely love this movie from start to finish. I love a lot of the scenes with him and Miss Miyagi, with Daniel and Miss Miyagi. I absolutely love it to death. I love a lot of the shots in the film. I love the tournament scenes in the film. I like the stuff between him and Allie. The stuff that you do see, it's okay. It's not the best love story, but for what you do see, like I said, it is cute, it is charming, and it's not bad. It's not like they don't have no chemistry. I just felt like I needed to see more of them. That's all. I just felt that him and Allie had a lot more to work with. If Ralph and Elizabeth Shue had a lot more to work with, it would be no problem. But Daniel winning at the end of the movie was well deserved. He deserved it. They kicked his ass. They kicked his ass nonstop over a girl over a girl that he broke up with that didn't want him anymore. He deserved it. That too. Johnny talked about that he beat him with an illegal kick in a Cobra Kai. It's like, Johnny, please, please. Nothing compares to what you did to me on a nonstop basis. So it's like, just quiet with all that. I'm like, just be quiet with that. It was such an illegal kick. Why did you have Miguel use it in a tournament fight? Oh, clock out, you're done, Johnny. Oops, period. So yeah. But I really don't have a lot to say about the 1984 movie. I think it was just a very masterpiece. I really enjoy everything about the movie. I don't have no real flaw to say about this movie. I really do like it. I think the pacing is really good. Even though it feels 2 hours, it's like well adjusted. I know they did cut a lot. They did cut out like a lot of scenes in the film. When you go like to the deleted scenes, there were a lot of scenes between him and Johnny that were cut. Like they kind of gave William Zabka a lot of less scenes. I think it was to build up his mystique and atmosphere as a villain. They didn't want to overshow him, but I felt like I would have had loved to see more of his home life, just a little bit, just a tiny bit. But it's a great thing that Cobra Kai did eventually come out and let us see what Johnny kind of had to deal with Sid, and Sid is such an asshole. But yeah, I absolutely love the first one. I think it's a masterpiece, and I just wanted to redo my review because I feel like I didn't get a chance to really elaborate on much. So yes, absolutely love the first one. It is personally my favorite out of the 3 films. It's the one that I always go to whenever I want to watch a Karate Kid film. I can watch it anytime, any day. Never get bored. Never get bored. Absolutely love it. So that's my review. I'll see you guys next time with my Cobra Kai. I actually wanted to redo my season 1 review because I recently just listened to my Cobra Kai season 1 review, and I feel like I was a little bit, I don't know what's going on with me, but I feel like I was just a little bit too hard on this shit lately. I think I was a little bit too hard on my season 1 review, and there's some things that I want to get off my chest now since I did go back and rewatch a couple episodes from season 1, and that's the whole this delusional myth that Daniel was the villain in the 1984 movie that the writers have tried to make us believe, which I think is absurd. And like I said, you have to be delusional to believe that. I want to do that, but I honestly want to talk about Hawk. So I might talk about Hawk first and then talk about season 1. So I'll see you guys next time, and thanks for listening.